Definitely got to make money.
How
I didn't work
much?
this hard and I didn't invest this much
Right.
to date a broke man.
Okay.
Hell no.
How much you invested?
A lot.
What's a lot?
A lot of time and money.
How much money?
More than six figures?
No, not six figures. On my body, probably close to 100K.
That's six figures.
I don't think that she's actually invested six figures in her body. First of all, we need to be able to separate people that try to cheat versus what an investment is, right? An investment that is something that gets a return. The only return that women like this usually get is back shots. But more importantly, we have to be able to really be able to separate the women that's for the streets versus the women that we want to date. And I think that guys are starting to wake up. What I'm starting to realize is that more men than usual are starting to have conversations, which is making women uncomfortable about what the value of a relationship is. Last night, I was on a panel, obviously. We did the Q show. If you did not watch it, you need to go back and check that out. And I posed the question, and the question was, what makes a woman a wife, right? And for some reason, and maybe I'm just completely out of touch, in which so many guys got so much money and they're spending all of their money and all of their time on these women like this that's on here. But I don't think that that's true. I have a hard time believing that the majority of the, first of all, the pool is very small for a lot of the guys that's really getting to a bag like that. And on top of that, you're telling me that they're choosing to align themselves with women like this, that have an attitude like that can't communicate effectively, that's absolutely, I'm not gonna say dumb, but a little bit slower than what you would be used to. You can't really take her inside of a party, the type of party that those type of guys that make that type of money really have, to impress your friends. She can't really add any value into your life. And so you telling me that dudes are spending an egregious amount of money to court that type of woman? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Being in certain circles, what I know for sure is that women that naturally look good will do it just for the clout. If we just gonna be 100% real, women that naturally look good will be around you just because they want some visibility into your life. They will invest their time into you versus you investing your time into them, which is one of the dilemmas that I'm having, is because I don't understand why dudes are simping out versus spending the majority of the time running their own bag up, making sure that they good, making sure that they taken care of, leveling up and becoming the best version of themselves, because women will do it just to be around you versus you thinking that you got to invest something into them in order to spend time around them. So either all of these women are delusional, or maybe I'm just completely out of the loop with the type of guys that they align themselves with, or the type of dudes that they think got money. All right, so that's one. The second thing is, I don't really understand where all of the money went. You know what I'm saying? Because the first red flag for me is when she said into my body. And so I'm like, well, where else did you invest the rest of the money? Like, did you have some kind of facial surgery? Did you have some lip injections? Where's all of this money going to, right? And it's just ironic that they think that that is an investment, right? What did she look like before that? What are your kids gonna turn out like? And that doesn't mean that she's not gonna get a guy, but she's not going to be able to lock down a certain type of dude that actually understands his worth, understands his value. And I guess I'm old school because I just don't believe in paying for the box, right? I think that you spend money eventually, as far as, you know, your time and how much your time is worth or whatever, so on and so forth. But taking a chick shopping that you're just busting down, or sending her a bag and all of that other type of stuff, that's, in my opinion, from a dude that actually get it, and I've had money for a decent amount of time, that's crazy to me that y'all are really actually sending a significant amount of money over to women that don't add any value into your life. Listen, she looking at her body as an investment, right? And so she's trying to get a return on investment, an ROI. I look at my time and the people around me as an investment, and so they have to add just as much value into my life as what it is that I'm paying them, right? And so if every person around you is either a partner or an employee, then I'm trying to understand what value do she add outside a box, which is super cheap, right? You can always go out and get more box. You can always go out and get more women. You can always go out and get there. They didn't stop making women when they made her. And she looks honestly just like every other woman that you see walking down the street in Miami. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure if she measures up to some of the women that you see down in Miami. Real talk. Or California, or Chicago, or New York, or you take your pick, right? But I think that our culture is just so screwed up. And when I say our culture, I'm talking about Western culture, I'm talking about American culture. I think our culture has devolved so much to where we actually have or give validation to these women in real life. I'm not talking about on a podcast because, the podcast is an opportunity for us to see how they really think and communicate it effectively. I think that we give validation to women that don't actually have any value or add any value into our life. And this is why they think the way that they think. It must be true. There must be some simps out there, and I think that she might be right. It must be some simps out there that see value in what it is that she's saying, or think that they're adding value into their life by including her in what it is that they're doing. And they think that she bad. They think that she's sweet. They think that she dope. And I think that we need to start vetting more effectively, or we need to slot them more effectively. It's the women that you bust down versus the women that you look at as valuable and can add value into your life. But I'm curious as to what you guys think. Do you think that this woman is actually acquiring the type of men that she's acquiring that get that bag? Are there simps out there that's really, really being able to, that can have that type of money, that's actually giving up a bag? Or is she completely delusional as to the value that she has in the minds of men that are checking for her? I'm curious as to what you guys think. Let me know in the comments if I'm off or if I'm assessing this correctly, because I ain't never, ever, ever in life going to give a woman a bag just because she went out and invested in her body by getting it done and getting herself remixed. That just seems absolutely wild to me, especially when you know there's chicks out here that'll do it for free. And the price of the box is cheap. And the mindset of guys that's really getting it is, I'm not paying you to spend no time with me. I'm paying you to get up out of here, right? I'm trying to get you up out of here. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Also on top of that, make sure you get that Teach Henley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. And then let me know in the comments if I'm absolutely out of touch, because I'm open to the possibility that I'm wrong, or if I have an accurate assessment of what it is that we dealing with out here in these streets, as far as the different guys that I coach and I see on a regular basis, trying to find a chick, trying to find a wife, and they can't separate the difference between a chick that's for the streets and a housewife. I think that you can. I think that you can. I think that there's some visibility and some availability that comes along with this type of rhetoric, and I think that guys are waking up, and I don't think that they're subjecting themselves to this type of woman, but I could be off.